In Karachi's humid embrace, where the Arabian Sea whispered secrets to the shore, Aisha Malik, a 27-year-old astrophysicist, spent her nights decoding the universe. Her days unfolded at the Pakistan Institute of Space Sciences, where she analyzed data from distant quasars, her eyes glued to computer screens plotting light curves. Raised in a conservative family in Gulshan Iqbal, Aisha had defied expectations. Her mother dreamed of her as a doctor, her father as a bride. But the stars called louder, and she answered with a PhD and a heart armored against distractions like love. A past fling in university, fleeting and painful, had taught her equations were more reliable than emotions. Across the city in defense, Zain, 29, wove poetry in a cramped apartment filled with books and the scent of jasmine tea. A poet by passion and a part-time teacher, Zain's verses captured Karachi's pulse, its rickshaws, its chaos, its hidden beauty. His warm brown eyes and easy smile masked a restlessness. His first poetry collection had flopped, and his family urged him to settle down, with a stable job and an arranged marriage. Zain, though, believed in signs, in a universe conspiring to write stories in human hearts. Their paths crossed on a balmy November evening in 2023 at a rooftop stargazing event hosted by the Karachi Astronomy Club in Clifton. Ayesha, invited by a colleague, stood awkwardly among enthusiasts, her telescope trained on Jupiter's moons. Zain, there to read a poem for the event, noticed her first, a woman in a navy shower camise, hair tied back, her focus on the sky as if it held life's answers. When a gust of sea breeze knocked over her tripod, Zain caught it, steadying the scope. "Careful," he said, voice smooth as the night. "The stars don't like to be rushed." Aisha, flustered, adjusted her glasses. "They've waited billions of years. They can handle a wobble." He grinned. "I'm Zain. Poet, not astronomer. You?" "Aisha. Scientist, not poet." She paused, then added, "Thanks for the save." They talked, her about redshift and black holes, him about Rumi and the metaphors of constellations. As the crowd thinned, Zain recited a line. "The stars whisper secrets if you dare to listen." Aisha felt a tug, like gravity bending light. "Pretty words," she said, "but I trust data over whispers." "Data's just whispers and numbers," he countered, handing her flyer for his next poetry reading. "Come hear some." Curiosity pulled her to a tiny cafe in Zanzama a week later. Zain's voice, reciting verses of love and loss under fairy lights, stirred something in Aisha. She stayed after, debating over chai. "Your poems are chaotic," she said. "No structure." "Like the universe," he replied. "No edges, just infinite possibilities." Texts followed, her sharing NASA articles, him sending couplets. Their first date was at a roadside dhaba, plates of nahari steaming between them. Aisha explained supernovae. Zain likened her eyes to exploding stars. She laughed, walls softening. Winter brought closeness. They wandered Port Grand, sharing Golgappas, her logic unraveling under his warmth. At Mahata Palace, he sketched her silhouette against Mughal arches. "You're my muse," he said. She blushed, unused to being seen. But storms loomed. Aisha's grant proposal for a telescope project consumed her. Late nights at the lab meant canceled plans. Zain's second book faced rejections, his confidence fraying. Her family pressed her to meet suitors, his hinted at matchmaking. One night, at a beachside bonfire, tension flared. "You're always working," Zain said, tossing a pebble into the waves. "Am I just a distraction?" Aisha's voice shook. "You're everything, but my work is my orbit. I can't lose it." "And I can't lose you," he said, but walked away, sand crunching underfoot. Weeks of silence followed. Aisha buried herself in simulations, but star charts felt empty. Zain wrote poems he didn't share, each line bleeding her name. At a conference, Aisha presented on cosmic background radiation, but her mind drifted to his words. Whispers of the stars. She found his old flyer, crumpled in her bag, and texted, "Meet me at the beach." Midnight. He was there under a crescent moon. I mapped the stars without you, she said, voice breaking. It's just noise. Zain took her hand. I wrote 1,000 lines, but none rhyme without you. They kissed, waves crashing, the universe applauding. They vowed balance. She'd carve out time. He'd chase his dreams harder. Summer took them to Hunza, where Ayesha showed him the Milky Way's arc, and Zain proposed under a meteor shower, a ring glinting like a comet. Be my forever constellation? Yes, she whispered, my gravity's yours. Years later, Ayesha led Pakistan's first exoplanet survey. Zain's poetry graced international journals. In their Karachi home, telescopes and notebooks mingled, proof that love, like the cosmos, thrives in chaos.